For nearly 50 years, Don Ritchie saved the lives of people who were on the verge of suicide. During his lifetime, he managed to stop 160 people from plunging to their deaths at Australia's most famous suicide point, a cliff called the Gap Dash, with just a kind word and a smile. Although he passed away a couple of years ago at age 85, he is still fondly remembered as the Angel of the Gap. Ritchie was an extraordinary gentleman who deliberately chose to live right across the street from the Gap, just so he could continue saving lives. He would wake up every morning and look out of the window for anyone standing too close to the precipice. If he saw someone and thought they might jump, he would simply walk over with his palms facing up, smile, and say, "Is there something I could do to help you?" That sounds incredibly simple, but the trick worked. Ritchie managed to strike a conversation with these people and ended up inviting them back to his house for tea or breakfast. And that was all that was often needed to turn people around, and he would say not to underestimate the power of a kind word and a smile, said his daughter Sue Ritchie Berenice. "We'd been here only a short time before I realized that a lot of people were coming over here and looking at the view, and the next thing I find, they disappeared," he said in an interview. "We've been involved in lots of these incidents, and it's just become part of a way of life for me to sort of sell them the idea that why not come over and talk about it and see how we can fix it. Things were different way back then," said Sue Ritchie. "It was before there were police rescue vans, before there were more sophisticated mechanisms like hotlines. In those days, he got a bravery medal for saving somebody at the cliff. He actually tackled somebody on the edge of a cliff. In a situation where most would turn a blind eye, Don has taken action," wrote the National Australia Day Council. "With such simple actions, Don has saved an extraordinary number of lives." Don's story touched the hearts of all Australians and challenged us to rethink what it means to be a good neighbor. Don Ritchie, the man with the smile that saved over 100 lives, spent the last year of his life battling cancer. He eventually passed away in May 2012, surrounded by his wife Moya, his daughters Jan, Donna and Sue, and his 4 grandchildren. He remained optimistic till the very end. "I imagine somebody else will come along and do what I've been doing," he said in one of his last interviews.